Just having a little coffee before I start.
Yeah, please, sir, absolutely.
पर अभी मतलब कौन तारीख को हम करवाए थे मुझे कुछ याद नहीं।
ये सब लिखल है उसमें।
So can we start now?
Yep, sure.
So, shall we start, sir?
Please go ahead.
So, shall we start?
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, distinguished chief guests, esteemed dignitaries, the respected alumni, and fellow cadets and the students of all IMU campuses, welcome to what promises to be an exceptional morning today. I am Cadet Priyanshu Rana, DMET roll number 9983, DMET class of 202327, and it's my absolute honor to host the 42nd session of DMET SAMVAAD. DMT Samvad has been more than just a platform. It's been a bridge connecting the wisdom of our accomplished alumni with the aspiration of tomorrow's maritime leaders. Today, we continue this cherished tradition with the 42nd session. We are very privileged to welcome Shri Rajeeve Kaushik sir, a name that resonates deeply within our maritime community. From the hallowed halls of DMET's 1982-86 batch to the engine rooms of Maersk tankers, Sir's journey spans nearly 3 decades at sea. But here's what makes his story truly remarkable. After mastering the art of marine engineering, he chose to master the art of empowerment. Today, Sir stands as a financial lighthouse for seafarers worldwide, guiding them through the often turbulent waters of wealth management, insurance, and long-term planning. His transition from chief engineer to financial mentor embodies the very spirit of lifelong learning that DMET instills in all of us. Today, Sir will address something crucial yet often overlooked in our field: financial planning tailored specifically for maritime professionals. Draw perspective, both from the engine room and the boardroom, he will share insights that could transform how we approach our financial future. He will address the financial realities we face, the gaps in traditional advice, and how cadets can start building a secure future right from their undertraining days in the institute and first sailing assignment. Over to
Thank you,
Kush, sir.
Priyanshu. Thank you, Priyanshu. I am Cadet Kushrana, roll number 9671 from the class of 2022 to 2026, and I am delighted to co-host this significant session. The DMT Samvad was established under the esteemed guidance of Sri Ishwara Arun Kishore sir and was conceptualized by the Sri Harsh Sinha sir and Sri Harsh Kumar Mehta sir, Sachin Kumar Mehta sir of DMT class 2020. Over the time, it has evolved into a distinguished and insightful forum where the leaders of maritime industry engage in thoughtful dialogue, shed light on emerging trends, and demystify long-hold perception about the shipping profession. Speaking of inspiration, we honored to have Sri Ishwara Arun Kishore sir with us today. Sir from the DMT class of 2001, roll number 5020. Your vision has shaped this platform. I invite you to share your thoughts on today's session. Sir, please.
Yakubi community.
Kush, I think seems to be some connectivity issue. Can you call him up on
Yes, sir.
phone?
So we can just skip Ishwar sir if we
Yeah,
connect
okay.
after a
Otherwise,
while.
we'll
We can
proceed
just have
ahead. Yeah.
a words. Yes, sir. Priyanshu, you may continue.
Yes, sir. So we spent years learning to navigate the seas, but many of us never learned to navigate our finances. The ocean may be unpredictable, but our financial future doesn't have to be. As marine engineers and deck officers, we are trained to navigate the vast oceans and handle complex machinery. But what about navigating the equally challenging waters of personal finance? Now, I would like to invite our esteemed campus director, Rear Admiral Amit Bose, retired Vishisht Seva Medal, to welcome our chief guest and share his perspective on today's crucial topic. Sir.
Thank you, Rana and Rana, Priyanshu Rana and Kush Rana. It's your initiative that we are going through this session, and very germane topic, as I was talking to Rajeev sir. You know, as young cadets, I think you are starting to learn handling finances on your own once you start stepping into this campus. The first time that parents, most of you would have come out of your parental care and take decisions on your own. With the availability of credit card systems, digital UPI, where you don't really touch money, but the money goes out. It's very important to know that how to manage the funds that you have with you. And I think the topic which has been chosen for today, that is Cadet Finance 101 by Rajeeve Kaushik sir, I think is very apt for the right kind of target audience that we have here today. I don't think there could have been a better start to this particular seminar. And I wish we can possibly share the recording of this with the new cadets who will join us from 1st of August. And they should possibly hear out what Rajeev sir has to say. The fresh batch will come in from 1st of August, sir. And we would like the fresh cadets, almost 286 of them who will join us. And we would like them to hear what you have to say. I'm sure it will be a good beginning for them as to how to handle their finances. And why only cadets? I think this is equally applicable to seniors also. People like me are not very au fait with handling of finances, and I'm sure I will be taking away a lot of learning from Kaushik sir. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome to this session of the DMET SAMVAAD, and I'm really thankful to you, and I'm eagerly waiting to hear from you, sir. Over to you, Kaushik, Kush Rana and Priyanshu Rana.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now the moment we all have been waiting for. It's my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker today, Shri Rajeeve Kaushik sir. I now invite Shri Rajeeve Kaushik sir to kindly share his views and insight with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Kush. Thank you, Director, sir, for giving me the opportunity and the privilege to be here. And I'm very deeply embarrassed that till now I could not bring myself to address the cadets earlier. This is actually some disaster that I have created in my mission of empowering the mariners, the seafarers, into doing which they can. And because even though Admiral Sir was always addressing me as Sir, but for me, the teacher, the director out there is a bigger teacher, and there's nobody, Guru Brahma, Guru Deva. So you are everything. And we start from there. And I don't normally spend too much time in formalities. So let me start with what was told to us by our director, Mr. K. Kishore, in 1986, when we were passing out. He said, the only helping hand that you will find in your life will be at the end of your shoulder. So with that motto behind me, I always moved. And how I came about this, you could have read in my book that has been going around for quite some time now. It's freely available. Those who haven't read it, please read it. And the cadets are free to share it with whoever they want. The book has specifically been written in a very simple language so that person from captain, chief engineer to the lowest of OS can understand it. All the definitions have been invented by me to make them understand. You will not find a single definition in that book which you can get in any book of economics anywhere. So that is what things have been. And I'll try to break this particular talk or webinar, what we call, in two parts. I'll try to rush through the presentation as quickly as I can, and then I will wait for the questions so that I can go back with the slide and I have few more resources which I can use if time permits to clarify the concepts more with you. With the things that Rana has, which Rana had been sharing with me, I can understand that a particular group of cadets in the college is very aware, and I would say that more aware than the seniors who are sailing, because I have spent so many years with them, and still I haven't been able to explain everything entirely and lucidly to them compared to what you have already done without my asking. So congratulations on that front, and we proceed. I hope this moves. Yes. So that's the that's a cover of the book, and there you'll find a gap between walkthrough, which you'll have to check it out later on, as we discussed. So navigating financial waters and building a strong foundation. It is okay. It's a cliche, but when it comes to practicality, it just boils down to one thing. You have to develop some permanent habits. And habit building is what I intend to tell here. 1.5 hour or 1.25 hour, which we have at our hands, is not sufficient to explain anything. Normally, my seminar time goes to 2.5 hours in a physical seminar. And still, I always feel that people don't understand what I am trying to pass on. This particular webinar is only an introduction to the field of finance. And as I've already discussed with Kushrana, we'll be forming some WhatsApp group for the whole batch or for the whole year, whichever way you feel like, and you'll add me to it. So I will be available to you all the while, all the time, preferably on texting. But if you feel individually or in a group for me to come and talk to you, I'll do that. I have retired myself on my 50th birthday. And since then, I am only doing this. Apart from few other activities that I do, that is Vipassana meditation and helping the foundation of it and dealing with my domestic life, I really don't do much. And that's what I take pride in. The proof of the pudding lies in eating. And the fact is that I do not have any degree or any certification from any body or which approves a financial journey or financial advisory. I have purposely not taken it. And I do not like to earn anything out of it. That has been my motto in the last 11 years because I want to prove that you can do what you like without earning from it. And what you earn at sea can be very much sufficient, not only for you and your family, but the other people in the society with whom you should share your earnings. That is the right dhamma or the dharma that we have been taught by our elders, and we should carry it forward. So, navigating through the waters of finance is not very difficult. It's just 3 steps, and you can start it from today. First is save for future, right? And as you will find that there's a difference between saving and the way we want to save. So that is what we will discuss ahead. Second is create wealth from savings. So already you may have understood that there are going to be wealth from the savings. You have to generate wealth. The savings itself will not do anything for you. By the way, whatever cadets are listening to me on this, please do not use your pen or pencil or paper to write down any notes. It's not required. I'll hand over this presentation to you, and the other presentation from my webinars and seminars. You can see through them, but it will not help much unless you pay attention to what exactly I'm saying. I'll stress, I will repeat myself whenever required, whenever I feel. And in the question answer session, I am always at your mercy. You can ask me what you wish, right? If I am not audible at a given time or if I am speaking fast, which people complain, you can ask me to slow down. So save, create, protect. Protect yourself and hence your wealth. What do we mean by protection? It is essentially insurance. You should insure yourself. You should insure your family health, your own health and your family's health. And you should also insure the house that you stay in. And we should be the cheapest possible. We will take this as we go along, right? A very important thing is that why do I need to tell you about all these things? It is all available in the social media and you can understand. So, my submission to you is that you are training to be a professional, a marine professional. So, please do not try to be like other people who spend their time doing stock trading or future options and other things, and they spend most of their time in those aspects. It will be very contradictory and counterproductive to what you should be doing. In the college, you are learning to be a marine professional. Learn about it, excel it, do learn more than what you're required to learn. Everybody learns what is required to learn within the syllabus. You should learn more than that. I'll give an example that apart from marine engineering, which I loved when I was sailing, I had made myself very good at reading the charter parties. I could read the charter parties better than the marine professionals in the office and the charterers, and I could find loopholes from that. So you should outreach yourself, right? You are a marine professional. Unless you change your profession and your career and you want to become a finance professional, which I would love that some of you do become, till then, you should not waste time in all this. I have been given this complaint from so many uh, shore office people, so many fleet directors, that most of our officers are doing stock trading in the time. Now, that is very wrong because you are paid on in the office or you are spending your time in the college to learn something and do some work. If in those active hours, if everybody starts doing finance and investing activities, then who's going to do the job? So with that in mind, we have to follow a process where the wealth keeps getting built in the background without your active participation by having a team of professionals who will work for you, right? And I'll give you a very beautiful example later on, which has been hijacked from me, and one of the fund managers is openly using it in his presentations now. And I say that just for 1% of your what you are investing, you have people sitting in Bandra Kurla complex, a whole team of financial managers who work for you. They're sitting in air-conditioned offices and everything, and they're working for you for a very small sum. So why should you bother about things which you need not know anything about? Your wealth, you can read on the screen, should be created and being created in the background when you sleep, when you work, when you're on a holiday, all the time, right? So now the main question ka answer, right? The red line on top will be a little, quirky statement. Money today has freedom to move. Why? Because it is not physical. Before 1991, most of the money was captured and kept by people in their tijoris. The businessmen had their big lockers where they had money, and they would have to send money across in physical form. And same with the people. Everybody was in a habit of keeping money in cash at home and also in the house, or when traveling they used to carry. I remember when I came to DMET, we had required 4,300 rupees to be paid for the uniform and books, and we had to carry cash because we didn't know that in which account would we have to deposit that. Now it's a very different situation today. So we use the tools of the modern world, which you are more capable of understanding than me. I won't be able to tell you all the things, but you'll be able to see this, right? Is the presentation clearly visible? Yes. I hope the presentation slides are coming up properly on the screen.
Yes, sir, it is.
Right. Okay. So cadets, suno bhai sado, building a strong foundation. This is the first line of economics, the first chapter, which says wants are unlimited and means are always limited. Means the means the money that you have to satisfy those wants will always be limited however much you earn, because the more you earn, more your expectations from life, more expectations from yourself, expectations of the family from yourself, from you, will keep rising. So you have to curb them. You have to set out your priorities. You cannot have unlimited things going on, right? So, first principle is that everything will start with saving. Whatever money you have at a given time, you can have it with you if it is in cash form or if it is in electronic cash form like we have today in your bank, but you can transfer it in very fast. So that money is not really yours. It's just waiting in your account to be used by somebody, right? For some reason or the other. I do not deny a lot of people from your batches may be coming from wealthy families, not so wealthy, and average families, right? So, but everybody will always have some limitations about what you can spend. So you have to not concentrate on the spendings, you have to concentrate on the savings as per your requirement, as per your own discipline, as per your own mindset. Now, these are the options that we have for savings. You already know about it. That is, we have a savings bank account, you have FDs, which 90% of the country uses, recurring deposits, where you keep putting little bit of money in the bank. You have company deposits, which offer you a little more than the banks, and you have post office schemes. I am particularly using ETC at the end because none of them are my favorite. At this moment, half of the world who knows me. They know that I do not have any FDs in the bank. I do not have any fixed deposits. A lot of people don't believe me, and there's no way I can prove it to them. But I do have a fixed deposit of 25,000 rupees, which is in lieu of a bank locker that I possess. Right? I do not keep because, as you will learn later, the money in the bank is largely getting destroyed. I'm not saying don't keep a cushion, but the cushion does not have to be a 5 floor pile of quilts. It can just be a 9-inch cushion, right? So we go ahead. Main question, which most of the people, though we only have about 76 participants, but most of the people will be asking is, why should I bother about saving and investing? So the first line goes that you may be having some education loans. Because your income stream, when you will start working, will be irregular. You will earn for 6 months, 7 months, or 8 months, and 4 months, 5 months, you will not be getting any income. So there are very few companies which pay you around the year, and even if they are paying you, they are basically dividing the same salary across the leave period. So you're not getting very different. Because the job function is very risky with insufficient insurance coverage from the employer. I have fought throughout my life with different owners that I worked with. I always worked with ownership companies, never management companies. They are, of course, getting very far and few in between. So I try to push for all time insurances that we should be insured when we're on leave also. I try to push for the pensions, that please start pensions for us. But none of the companies were ever interested. One of the companies, of course, did for a very short time, but the coverage itself was very small. So, in relation to what is written in black, why should I bother about investing, saving, and investing? You read the bottom lines because your work profile is uncertain, because your working life is not defined, because you like to switch jobs often and also settle down on shore. And extending this, quite a few of you may not like to go to sea at all, or may like to switch over to a different career after a few years, maybe collect money, study a little higher, go for an MBA, and join ashore in a different field altogether, may not be connected with shipping. It is happening, and I know that. So, because of this, like what I said in the beginning, what my director said in the beginning, the only helping hand which is going to be will be at the end of your shoulder. I mean, even if you use a mobile or you go to use a mouse, you'll have to do it with your own hands. Nobody's going to do it for you. So it's the knowledge which counts. And if you have the knowledge, you have the ability to extend that knowledge more and learn more about it. Part two, when should I start investing? Yesterday. You should start investing yesterday, not today, right? Because at least that mindset you should have made yesterday, and today you should be acting. So this is basically to say that that is how important and imperative this is. And if I am able to instill this desire in you to start investing at this stage, even 1,000 rupees a month or 500 rupees a month, I think I have put you on the right track. This is where your habit will get built. When you will see that small amount grow, and maybe you'll get busy in life with other things, and after 10, 15 years, you will remember. And when you see that amount, you'll wonder where it came from. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, only a batchmate of mine shared about his sister, where he applied for the first ever mutual fund in the country in 1994. And his sister also got her first salary. And she said, invest 5,000 for me also. And today, that 5,000, because she forgot about it, is only 11 lakhs. 5,000 rupees from 1994 is 11 lakhs. I know, so many years, but then 11 lakhs today itself is certainly more than 5,000 rupees in those days. Why did it happen? How does it happen? We go ahead. So why so soon you should do it? Because you should learn compounding. This 5,000 rupees has become 11 lakhs because of compounding. Who are the enemies of your money? The money that you earn. Right now, you don't earn any money except some of you may be getting stipend. I'm not aware of it. But otherwise, whatever money your parents give to you is your only money. So first of all is the inflation. You may have heard so many people saying, I can tell you that my first salary as a fifth engineer was 2,900 rupees. I'm sure Admiral here will be saying more than that. But that is what a salary was. And today, entry level fourth engineer would probably be getting in terms of dollars many times more. So do you think he's earning more? He's not. Because in that time, in 1986, we could get a Maruti car for a lot less amount than what you get a bigger car today for. So second thing is the taxes. The taxes take away a lot of money, almost one third of the money anywhere in the world except UAE. Taxes are killing. Luckily, in merchant navy, because of earning consistently, you have about chances of saving that money. So this particular item you should remember for later on when you will ask me how much we should invest. Bank accounts, obviously, you have savings account and whatever you get from home and before paying the fee in the college or later on when you get a salary and before making any consumption, if that money stays in the bank accounts, that is getting destroyed on daily basis. I'll share a small Excel sheet also with you. I'll share the Excel sheet itself. Most of the things that I make are freely available. And it's there for your circulation. It's there for you to change, modify, and do anything. Any phone call that I'm getting, I always say, please try to record your calls for your future reference because what I say doesn't change. Maybe the schemes do now and then, but the basis remains same. It has remained same for last 25 years and even more than that. Post office schemes are similar. They are destroying your money. Costly life insurances. This is the killer. More than 70% of the country today is into wrong type of life insurances, in which the coverage for the life insurance is less and the promise and the premium is more. I do not believe in promises by anybody, even if it is written on paper, because life insurance, as the word says, is for your survivors to claim, who may not even know what you were promised by the insurance advisor or broker in the earlier times. Then we have Ponzi schemes. Ponzi schemes is everything. Everything from multi-level marketing and this and get rich yesterday and tomorrow. Now, when you will be joining Telegram for me to enable you to put on the group, and you'll have a lot of these mails coming in on Telegram. Unfortunately, they come like that. So in that case, things will happen a little difficult, right? So you have to avoid all these Ponzi schemes. Nobody can give you astronomical returns. They just don't happen. If they happen, they are just flash in the pan. They cannot be sustained. That's my collection of all these 40, 45 years of, maybe I would say even 55 years, because I've seen my father and my grandfather losing money to all these things, which probably actually got me interested in learning about these things. Last of all is your lethargy. Kal karenge. Procrastination is very dangerous, whether it is in life or it's in the field of finance. You should always do things yesterday. So this is what I want to tell you. This is something which you will also find in the book, but let me explain to you here. Difference between savings and investment. Savings is something when you have money, somebody works for it, in return for that labor that you have done, you get some money in the currency of that country in return. While you are sailing, your country is the registration, the flag which your ship will fly. But whichever country you're working in, the money that you get in return is the currency that you're getting paid. And that money, if you put whether in a piggy bank or in a bank or in fixed deposits, or you give it to somebody for safekeeping, and whether you get interest on that or not, or even if it is just the promise of the interest that you will get, it is called savings. Why? Because it has not changed its form. I'll give you a very good example. If somebody is staying in United States, save keeps his money in the bank in dollars, it's saving for him. But if we keep that money in dollars in India, that is investment. Why? For that, we have to understand what is investment. When with the money that you have saved or left in the bank, you take it out and you buy anything which changes the form. Means you buy land, you buy gold, you buy stocks, you buy mutual funds, you buy a car, you buy antique, you buy art. Your money has changed form. Now with this money, or even the cryptocurrencies now, which are in fashion with some people. Now, if you want to buy something in your country, let's say a car, let's say you want to buy a cup of coffee, you cannot give him one share and say, please take this and give me in return. Of course, some cryptocurrencies are allowing you to pay for your coffee also. But let's talk about the general things. Investment is in which the currency of the country has changed the form. This is my definition, and I have discussed with a lot of economists, and they have agreed that there's nothing wrong with this definition. Investment is acquiring something with the currency of the country and keeping it. Now, this investment may rise in value, or it may not rise in value, or it may come down in value when you want to sell it. If it rises, increases, as happens, as you have been hearing, that it happens in the stock market, it happens in equity, and it increases. The gold has increased, right? Land, real estate has increased. So your investment has increased, correct? Now, that is the difference between savings and investment. And investment, you will have to revert back by selling that and getting the money in your account for you to be enabled to spend it, right? This is called investment. It may increase, it may not increase, it may remain same. This is the risk attached with investments. You may have heard from people that I bought a land for 10 years, it did not rise in value, or it just returned me so much, maybe not even double, and it's like, so these are the lacuna that may be connected with investments. That's why we have to select our investment in a proper way, right? Next one, what is investments? I've already discussed with you, right? And in one of them, I said, I use the word stocks and equity, right? You may have heard by now, I'm sure, most of the people are very smart, that equity is the participation in a company, in an entity, in an enterprise. You know, for some money, he gives you a share of his company to you. You have become a part and parcel of his business. That is equity. Equitable distribution is equity, right? So you can either give him the money to give him a share in his company so that now you are a part of it, and whether his company goes up, goes steady, or goes down, you are part of it, right? So, but if such is the problem, then why should we invest at all? I mean, why should we take the chance if it's going to go down? That is what we are going to discuss. Then what is debt? That instead of buying a partnership in his company, you give him money as by lending. That is called debt. Then obviously, if you give it to the bank is giving you 6 or 7%. If you give it to him, he may give you 7 to 8%. So you will continue to get 7 to 8%. And of course, there'll be taxation, which may be more or less on that. So why equity? What is equity? Equity is participating in the development of your country. Before 1991, we were a very closed nation. We didn't know what was happening. Even though a lot of my batchmates at Lions Range, in Calcutta, they used to buy stocks. They used to buy 5 of this, 6 of this, which, okay, at their cost, I learned something. I will not say it was wrong or right, but well, that is equity. And what happens is that each and every company which exists out there, whose names you may or may not know, whether it's of that company which whose toothbrush or toothpaste you use in the morning, to the coffee that you drink, to the shoes that you wear, to the uniform that you wear, to the car that people drive, to the buses that you take, all these are companies. And when they grow, the nation grows. And the collective wealth is called GDP, right? That is gross domestic product. It is the collective wealth. So when you put some money in some company, 1 to 550, then naturally you become a participator in the progress of that country. If the country progresses, you'll progress. If the country doesn't, you don't, right? And in this respect, you may have known some of your seniors who have gone and settled in different countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, the Baltic countries, or United States or United Kingdom, right? They are working there. They are also buying stocks of those countries and sometimes of your own country. And if you would be more interested in this field, you will find out that India is one of the fastest growing countries. So fastest growing means fastest progressing. Our rate of progress is about 7%. Their rate of progress is about 1.5%. They are the developed countries. They have already developed, right? We move ahead. Now, building a strong foundation with habits by following the correct habits. How to invest in equity? First is buy direct stocks. What are the problems with this? The problem is that you can buy one company, maybe two companies, and most of you who are there and who only have the money from your parents, how would you be investing in that? Plus, the company which you will buy, will it go up or will it go down? What if it goes down? What if it doesn't move anywhere in the next 5 years when you are in college? These are the risks connected with equity. So, how do you surmount this? You surmount this by buying a lot of stocks. You buy maybe 50 companies and of different sectors like banking and auto and construction and petrochemicals and automobiles and everything. You buy more than one stocks. So you become now participant in 50 companies. And now the 50 companies, out of that 50, maybe 3, 4 will not work so fast. They will not be giving you that much return. So what do? Doesn't matter. The other 40 will take care of that, right? Because the country is moving. There will be a time when one sector will not move. There'll be a time when another sector will move. So, but how do you buy 50? Just now I said that you can't buy one. Now I'm saying you buy 50. We do it by a method called mutual funds. I was always attracted by this word ever since I heard it firsthand in my early teens, when these things did not exist in India, but they existed in other countries. So these are called mutual funds, means a fund where a group of mutually understandable people are joining. It is not necessary they know each other, but people have faith in this mutual fund company and they have faith in this particular kind of fund and they're giving them money. And with this money, those funds are buying 30, 40, 50, 60 companies, sometimes even more. And by just investing 1,000 rupees, or most of the time it is 5,000 rupees in there, you're buying small parts of so many companies. They come automatically to you. Okay. These mutual funds can be various types, that is active mutual funds and passive mutual funds. Passive mutual fund can further be of two types, that is the index funds or the ETF, exchange traded funds. This is just to give you an idea, because now we are in a talk session, so I need to explain things better to you. Passive mutual funds are 22 types. Special investment funds have just come in and they are still taking up shape. But this is a line of action that we are following now. Building a strong foundation. Why mutual funds? They are very well regulated by SEBI. SEBI is Security Exchange Board of India. They are probably so strongly controlled and regulated that most of the foreign companies who come and start in India, they never complete. They leave after some time because they cannot keep up with the rules. Our rules are very stringent. There is not a single company which has ever defaulted or that's closed down. They cannot close down. If they cannot run their business, they have to find a buyer, as has been done so many times, and the entire thing with your approval will get transferred to the next entity. And maybe with a slight change in the name, they will start continuing this. This has recently happened when L&T Mutual Fund sold out completely with a profit, of course, to HSBC Mutual Fund. HSBC is one of the older funds. Second part is minimum investment amount is very small. Most of the funds say initial investment is 5,000. Later on, you can put as less as 500 rupees also. But now quite a few schemes have come up with 1,000 rupees initial investment. I'll share that number. The expert research is at abysmal, very small cost. If we are investing in a direct mode, the cost is as less as 0.7, 0.8%. If you're doing it in a regular mode through somebody, a distributor or somebody, then it is 1% more, right? Very diversified portfolios across sectors. If we will invest in diversified funds who do not have a particular, blinkers that we will only cater to this segment, then they will invest in those things, right? It is easy to switch between schemes with minimum taxation. How you can completely sell that mutual fund and go to the next one. The liquidity is very easy. I mean, you can buy today and you can sell tomorrow also if you need the money. Of course, you won't do that if you want to invest in this class, but that's the way. Easy repatriation. This is very important. Keeping your future in mind. When you probably, after sailing for a few years, you have collected a certain amount of corpus, and now you want to shift your residence because you started working somewhere, you want to go for study somewhere. This entire money can be repatriated from India to that country. I mean, not country, you just have to open an account anywhere and transfer that money. So the physical availability of the account is not required in the field of finance nowadays. So flexibility of investing, no need of SIP, STP, which you may be hearing around. You people are not earning, but you may have some money now and then. So you can invest when you want, anywhere you have. And again, very easy to sell. Why so soon? Because at this particular time, you are at minimum risk. Your learning quotient is almost free. The money that you will put is not directly proportional to your learning. Just by putting 1,500 and continuing with that, you'll start getting small interest and you'll be able to put that in the discussion instead of the loose talks that, of course, we have in the hostel. So you should. Isn't equity risky? Yes, of course. Of course it is risky. But what is risk or what is the risk? In my definition, the way I explain for the equity part is, what is risk? That I have invested my, say, 1 lakh rupees in particular thing. Then if I need the money tomorrow, will I use this avenue? Certainly, definitely. Even if it is giving me less value. Like I said, investment can go up, but they can go down also. And at that particular time, when it has gone down, as was happening recently a few months ago, if you need money, is this the only avenue which you will use? If you will use that, then yes, that is risk for you. If you will not, nobody cares. You don't care. I mean, you have other avenues, let this grow. And rather, if you have some more money, put here, because now you will get the same thing a lot cheaper. It's like buying another pair of jeans because you know you will need it in the time of sale. You get 30% off. You buy one more jeans because you know that a 2,000 rupee jeans, if you're getting a 30% discount, will be okay because tomorrow you need it in any way. So this is akin to that. How about real estate? This is a topic that really does not concern you, but I'll just give you one liner. that if you want to grow, you should have minimum of real estate. Only the house that you live in, whether it's in the best locality, the most posh locality, that is the only real estate you should possess. Nothing grows faster than equity, right? Nothing. There are people who tell me I bought this for so much and I sold it for so much. When you will calculate the CAGR or XIRR, you will find that it is very, very less compared to equity. And moreover, I mean, you should remember that you need more money to buy real estate. And if you need money tomorrow, say your real estate is worth 4 crores, but you need only 10 lakhs, you can't sell part of the real estate, right? Similar thing is about art, PMS, AIF, gold, antiques, crypto. All these things we can talk, but when we reach a certain level, and for the people with whom I normally interact and they are 100% mariners, I always use the word OCR and we call it mission OCR, mission 1 crore. Because in the process of collecting that 1 crore in your investments, you learn so much that you yourself start forming your own philosophies. My philosophy may not certainly be, useful to you. I'm a follower of Vipassana and Gautam Buddha. And Gautam Buddha always said that do not accept things because they are told to you by Rajeeve Kaushik. You should not accept things because they've been written down. Test them on your own platform and then accept. Am I right? So all these things are valid things, but somehow we will not be able to complete our discussion if we go elaborate on them. When I get connected to you, we'll discuss them freely, right? Okay. I've already shared my number at the end of the slides. You can take them from the organizers here, Rana and otherwise, and like to have Director Sir's number also. And then we will start elaborating more on this, on the questions as they come to you. So do not think that this particular talk session is all the opportunity that you have. I am connected and I am dedicated to your cause, and I am interested that you do better than me. I plan to quit on my 58, when my 46 years of age, and come back to DMET and teach, but things really didn't work out that way. I took 4 more years and I retired myself on the 50th birthday. But I'm certain that most of the people, they can attain financial independence. The word is financial independence. Financial independence to retire early can be achieved easily by the age of 40. What is financial independence? I will also tell you. If I don't get time now, I can tell you later on. How do you quantify it? I think if I have to write my contribution to this field of financial investment, is that I have quantified that financial independence. That is what I have been able to do. It has taken me a lot of years, but I've been able to do. It's a very quantitative arrival that I have done. I'll be able to explain that to you. So this is what I have to say, that you can make me a member in your groups and we can discuss. If you're a cadet okay, understood. Now tell me what to do. Now, if you are a cadet in any of the years and you want to start investing, this one fund that I'm telling you, Bandhan Total Market Index Fund. I mean, there's no prejudice to anyone, but there are just 3 companies who have come up with this. This Total Market Index Fund invests in 750 companies. Bandhan Total Market Index Fund has a minimum of 1,000 as initial investment. Mirai has 5,000. You can select either of them. How to do, we'll discuss later on. You will require PAN card, Aadhaar card, bank details and all that. And you can start investing for the purpose of understanding. Start with 1,000. Sometime you have 500, put that. Sometime you have another 1,000, put that. You will have to save. And saving without earning is a trick, which I cannot tell you now. Okay? If you're a working officer, you can also contact me, as a lot of the other colleagues have been doing it. Something which I would like to tell, if there are any seniors here in this discussion, that as a conservative estimate, so far I have interacted with about 3,500 people. The group itself has, present group has about 2,500 people who keep leaving the group as when they go on board because data is expensive, and they again join when they come back. Out of this, 84 people have achieved their financial freedom, what they people have reported to me. There may be more, but I don't know about them. 84 people I know who have achieved their financial freedom. They have reached their retirement corpus. And out of these, about 7 people have done it before becoming a chief engineer and a master. And few of them have done it before the age of 42, because I know that I can relate to the age and everything. So when I add people to this Telegram group, I only ask 4 things. First is full name, age, rank, and city of residence. City of residence simply because I can Google and tell them, okay, this is the mutual fund office near your house, you go there. Or this is the CAMS office, you go there, and they can help you. So this is the only reason. So when you join C, you will have to open a NRE, NRO account in a bank, get a KYC done in a mutual fund AMC, and whatever investment, if at all, you have made during your college days or before you join C and become a non-resident, it will stay in your savings account. This savings account can be converted to NRO account, and so your entire proceeds from all this time will get connected to your NRO account. As simple as that. Okay, not as simple because you'll have to do some legwork. So before I end, I must thank these two gentlemen. Mr. Ronak Kanteria is also ex-DMET, and he was helpful in bringing out that book. And then again, Chief Engineer Praneet Mehta, you know him very well because through him only you reached, and he's helped me further my mission by making all those videos which you've been seeing. So I hope we are on our way now. Right. Okay. I'll wait for the question now, if we have anything.
Thank you so much, Rajeev sir, for your valuable insights. Your guidance has shed much needed light on the financial realities of a seafarer's life. The clarity and practical wisdom you have shared will undoubtedly help us navigate our careers with greater confidence and strategic foresight. Now, we may take questions from the participants. The participants are requested to use the raise hand features and kindly unmute when asked to. So we have Cadet Isham Ahmed. Kindly
Yes.
unmute
Yes,
yourself
Isham.
and ask the question.
He has to unmute first. Right.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Cadet Isham Ahmed, roll number 9913 from DMET batch of 2024.
Yes, Isham.
Sir, I wanted to ask that given that seafarers often retire earlier than other show-based careers, sir, how much should we roughly aim to save by retirement age? And how do we figure out that enough number for ourselves? Like when do we know this is enough and this will be enough for me?
Very a good question indeed. Some assumptions are a bit wrong because people do not really retire early from shipping. Some of them take shore jobs. No, I have retired early, but not all. Everybody likes to retire early. Anyway, with due regard to your question, how much should be that corpus be? If I tell you that corpus, you will feel a little overwhelmed, but let's still, it will be a good idea. So every year on 31st of December, I release one figure for a 50-year-old male if he wants to retire that day. And he does not have too many responsibilities. His children have already completed their college studies, and there would not be much of money spent on their weddings. So this figure I released on 31st of December. And when I first decided on this figure, it was not a flash in the pan decision. I talked to senior bureaucrats, retired IAS officers, IPS, IRS officers, armed forces people from the upper echelon, where we think that the spending would be more. I discussed with people who have clubbing habits of clubbing, who have membership of golf courses and things like the golf clubs and all that, to put it at a higher level. So first, the figure that I came to I mean, the figure that I released in the last 31st of December 2024 was 5.23 CR, right? Like I said, it may seem a little more to you. Out of this 5.23 CR, this is just telling you because you asked. 25% can be saved anywhere in fixed income schemes, your bank deposits, your debt funds, your different senior citizen schemes, and this and that, wherever you wish. But 75% should remain invested in the equity mutual funds. If this corpus, please mark my words, if this corpus is there with you, this corpus is inextinguishable. This corpus will never finish as long as you keep withdrawing 6% of the existing corpus at the end of every year. And this you do not have to, I will explain to you later on when we interact. You don't have to remove in 1 year. You remove once in 3 months, like for 3 months expenses, you remove once. If you have some extra, you can remove more. So this will never finish. And like, let me tell you, people don't listen to me because I have a lot of degrees or certifications. I don't have any. They do it because show by doing. I have done it, and people know everything about me. They know more about my finances than probably I know. So this is possible. This figure is certainly more, but there are people who get fixed pensions, like from the armed forces or from this, but even they require some backup. And this backup is provided by these mutual fund schemes. There's a question somewhere floating I saw about retirement plans. It will all come from here. This is a one-stop shop. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Moving ahead with next question. Kindly use the raise hand feature. Sir, we have
I
Cadet
think
Om
there's a hand.
Priyadarshi. Once
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
kindly
please
unmute
go
yourself
ahead.
and
Good afternoon, sir. I am Cadet Om Priyadarshi, roll number 10278 from 2024
You
NT batch,
can
sir.
switch on your video, so it will be nice to see you.
Sir, currently I am facing some internet issues
Okay.
because
Okay.
I'm at yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So my question was that how much emergency fund should we realistically aim for as seafarers when we join this career at sea, and how should we manage money during our shore leave period, sir, to avoid overspending and having the cushion, sir, which we were talking about.
Which year are you in at present? In
Sir,
which year are you right now?
so I am currently in first year, sir.
First year.
I
Okay.
will be joining
So there's
second year.
still three years of learning. So if I tell you right now, you will not remember. But we automatically in a career, because of the intermittent flow of cash from salaries, you see, first 8 years will go in your exams only, when you'll have extended period of vacation, right? So certainly it will make a difference if you can control your expenses. In terms of putting a lump sum that this much money you should have in your emergency funds doesn't work for us because we are not on permanent jobs. We do not have a permanent flow of salary, right? Some we get in 3 months, then you don't. You get paid 5 months, then 3 months you don't. So in any case, you will learn how much to keep for emergency purpose when you start earning. Maybe in one vacation you'll spend more and you may have to go early, but you will automatically learn that how much I should have. And also, so far you may have accumulated from whatever I have said, that we should not keep more than a certain amount in the bank. Because if you will continue investing, you will realize that your investment value does not come down below a certain level, even if the markets go down. You get the point. So all these questions, they look very good on paper to ask, but actually they do not apply to us. They apply to these people on shore where the salary is fixed. And they feel that sometimes they may be out of job, and so what will happen? And sometimes if they're sick, for us, it's a continuous process. We get trained for retirement throughout our working life. And it will depend upon different people how much. You cannot say, like normally they say 3 months, you should have 3 to 6 months expenses with you. Oh, I feel you should have 5 years. But 5 years should not lie somewhere empty, waiting for it to be deployed. No, we will keep that only 2 3 months, and if required, we will draw it from a mutual fund portfolio. You are going to form portfolio very soon when you start earning. I don't know how much you'll be able to save now. We'll start interacting and see how much is anybody will, because I have no idea about your finances. From a personal front, I would like to share something from my side that it's a very uh, immodest statement that I'm making, but I have always kept my bank account lined up, even when I was in DMET. I don't know how it was done, but I never let my father rest in the sense that whatever happened, he had to send that money every month for my fees and everything. But we were supposed to pay 3 months. So I used to keep my finances properly lined up. There were times when one or two of my batchmates did not have the fee, even a junior once, did not have the fee to pay. They asked me, and I did pay the fee. So, you're managing your money is a matter, is a very personal matter. I cannot say you do the same, but it is very important to have an idea that you are in charge of your own destiny. There is no way you can ask you for money. You cannot take a loan from anywhere. You can just forget about, later on you may be having a credit card and you think, I'll just take things on credit. Only those people should use a credit card who can certainly pay the money next month automatically. Those who think they cannot pay or they might pay, they should never use a credit card. All these credit card loans and everything are for people who have money or who have the ability to pay for money, right? Pay for their loans. If somebody is in doubt, please avoid. Because if you cannot pay today, you certainly cannot pay tomorrow. Not in our field, not in our life, right? I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Priyanshu.
May I ask the participants for any further questions?
There's
Sir, we
nothing?
have
It's
cadet
okay.
Gargi Gogoi
Yeah.
9897. Gargi, kindly
Yeah.
unmute yourself.
A very good afternoon, sir. I am Cadet Gogoi, roll number 9897 from entry batch 2023. Sir, my question is, as you have said that in paying, we earn for we don't earn for 12 months a year generally. So how do we align our financial goals with uncertain sailing schedules and the job risk?
Yes. First of all, let me congratulate you on your name. As you may be knowing, we have had only one uh, lady intellectual in the Indian history, and that was Gandhi, right? I mean, methodologically. So your question is very pertinent. To understand that, you have to bring in this so far what I have discussed with you. So what we do is that whatever you will earn every month, from that certain amount of money will go initially to your parents, then to your family for their upkeep, for the expenses. But you should certainly aim to invest at least 35% of what you earn on a yearly basis. Suppose you will start with about 4 lakhs and you work for 8 months and it is about 32 lakhs. So about 10 to 11 lakhs you should outlay for investment in equity round the year, right? And the remaining money will either be in your NRE if you are a non-resident or working for foreign companies in that account, or it will stay in the debt funds. The debt funds will act like water reservoirs we have, and all the other expenses and investment into your mutual fund, equity funds will be like the tubes. If you have already understood about the way our header tanks, expansion tank works on board, there is a water tank. When you enter the engine room, the topmost point is the expansion tank. From there, a big pipe goes for the main engine to cool it. Another three or one bifurcating into three go for the generators, the air compressor. No, but its main tank is here. So similarly, what we will do is we will create the reservoirs which will prevent the water flowing out too fast into any particular month. And when you come back from leave, your money is already there. It was invested and saved from the first month, in the second month, in the third month. Part of it got used. What did not get used kept growing at a small pace what was invested will start keep getting increased at a higher pace. There may be a time when you will feel that 1 lakh in the debt funds did not go so fast as 35,000 in the equity funds. That don't take month to month. By creating such a portfolio, you will be able to match the inflow with the outflow. And whatever will be the surplus will be your savings and your portfolio value or your corpus. And you will find that year after year on year, this surplus will keep growing. And this surplus is what is called your, whether you want to call it a retirement fund or you want to call anything, this will keep growing. You just can remember those small arithmetic questions you used to learn solve in the school, sixth, seventh class, that if a tank fills up in so many hours and empties out in so many hours, then how much time will it fill up completely with both the lines open, right? It's something like that. So it will be possible. It will be very helpful. It has been tested. This theory has been tested over the last 25 years for certain, and in 11 years very actively. In the last 11 years that I have left sea, and I've been in touch with a lot of people, this has actually worked at a better level than what I expected. What I expected that people will be able to achieve in 12 years, it's already been done in 7 years. Does it answer your question?
Yes, sir, it did, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Gadi. Any further questions may we have? So we have one question from Aditya Singh. Kindly unmute yourself, Aditya.
Good afternoon, sir.
Seem to have a lot of Ranas in that batch in the group. Yes, please, Aditya, go ahead.
Sir, I'm Cadet Aditya Singh, roll number 10129 from the 2024 entry batch. So my question is regarding a very practical scenario. Like, everyone here does not only want the financial freedom, but the freedom of living, and that includes having their own house, having their own properties, having their own cars and stuff for which they will be paying their debts, which they'll be paying their EMI for. So my question is regarding the strategic planning, that how can we turn our debt of profitable resources such as land and properties, how can we make it profitable for us?
See, what you said is perfectly fine. When I said financial independence, it meant this. I just not told you what was the corpus required for it for retirement. Even a person can say that I have this much corpus. That is the best part of quantification that I can give you. Now the question is that when you will actually think that you are on the way, how will you know? Right. So let me answer that portion which I have put up as a question myself. When year on year you will save and invest and also save on the side and spend a little bit, you will realize that every year the amount of money that you have at the end of the year, let's say 31st December, is more than before. Not only in terms of quantum, you can't say only in terms of like so many lakhs, but also percentage wise, right? So slowly, when you feel that there will come a time, and sooner than what you expect, that the percentage that your portfolio will be growing, that percentage will be more of your portfolio than what you will be earning from your salary. Very soon it will happen, and in quantum terms, your portfolio will be giving you more returns than your salary. Let's say if you're earning 40 lakhs from salary, the portfolio may be giving you 60 lakhs per year. It will happen. It happens in the life of everybody. It has happened. Even as we talk, there are so many people where this is happening. Now, second thing is, you said, how do you manage the debt for all these lifestyles? By prioritizing. How do you prioritize? Well, do you really need an iPhone, or can you manage with a cheaper version in the beginning? Yes, you can have an iPhone. Do you need to change it every 2 years, or you can manage for longer time? Would you need a car right after you come back from the first ship? Because that car is going to stay at home and keep standing for the 8 months. Will you really need a house at that time, because you're already staying in a house? Yes, it may be small. You may want to have a bigger one, but you have to prioritize. Do I make myself clear because I'm going to go ahead from here.
Yes.
There have been questions to asked to me by people who want to buy. One fellow wanted to buy a BMW for his father, who used to work as a security in charge in one particular establishment. I used to work on board that time, and a similar question also came up. This question comes up very regularly. Why? Because every child wants to pay back to his parents. For a mother, you can easily pay back by getting a sari or getting a chain or something like we all do. And the father, he doesn't get impressed easily. So you want to impress him by getting a expensive car. But is your father comfortable driving that expensive car? If he was driving a 8 lakh car or 10, 20, 15 lakh car so far, is he going to be comfortable driving a bigger car to a place where he works so far? Or are you buying that car for yourself just to keep it locked at home for 8 months? That is the question. Talking about the house, certainly. One needs to have a better house if you already do not have from your parents' home. But try to push it till the level of when you become a second engineer, or if there are people listening, till you become a chief officer. Why? Because the home loan is the only loan that you must take. It is the most secured loan. The value of the loan keeps coming down every day, every month, every year, and the value of the house or real estate keeps going up. So if we can defer till that time, problem is solved. This is exactly, see, you cannot get a more pertinent advice because no advisor understands our life, our ranks, our rankings, and the salaries going around with the ranks. I am talking very specifically with you. If you can avoid these expenses with a perfect understanding in the family, you will be able to save and invest more and grow much faster. I'm not sure if we're going to get time because it's already about for the time that Rana allotted me. But I'll share a worksheet with you and I'll tell you how much every month, every year counts. It counts a lot. So the least and the only thing that you can do is start saving and investing correctly and let that work in the background and get it into the habit कि इतना तो मुझे डालना ही है, इतना तो मुझे करना ही है. He said 35%, let me put 38, let me put 37, let me put 40. Because I have given this figure 35% as a very empirical figure because in India, everybody pays 35% of the tax. I'm sure the director sir will agree with that. So you're not paying that tax when you're working for a foreign company. At least pay that much to yourself and invest that. If you can pay 50%, the thing like it. There are people who are investing 50%, and this grows faster. You will, I mean, today, I don't want to say too much because you are still at a cadet stage and working and studying. Studying. So I don't want you to have very, starry eyes today or, sleepless nights today. But things happen much faster than you expect. So why did? You are disciplined. Discipline and forming a habit for saving and investing is the only thing that is required. In this field of investing, people who do not understand anything make more money than the people who are intelligent and read a lot and understand a lot and keep watching CNBC on TV all the day. They make much more money than those. Why? Because the discipline is there. I'm sorry I did not write it down, but if you remember out of your memory, would you remember the formula for compound interest that you learned in class 7th? It was P bracket 1 plus R upon 100. R is the rate of return raised to the power N. What is N? Time. And you know more mathematics than I remember anymore. But as long as that raised to the power N is less than 1, it doesn't give you much. But if it goes more than 1, the graph is exponential. 2, 4, 6, 8. You cannot even imagine. And I did not imagine. I've been harping on compounding and everything all of my life. Even after retirement, I started getting seminars immediately and all that. But till 2023 March, when in a matter of 8 months, I got a return of more. Please hold your breath. Don't take to because you may miss out my words. I got more return in these 9 months that I got. Then I retired after earning for 28 years. Whatever I earned in 28 years and I collected and I thought I'll retire, that much money out of compounding in I got in just 9 months. No magic, no guru mantra, nothing. It was just discipline. I am carrying my mutual funds over the period of 17 years, 18 years till now. Whenever I need money, I take it out. Whenever I need money, I take it out. I, I have done a round trip in the country with my car, all around the coast. I keep traveling. I do what I can for the society, in terms of monetary help for the people who are destitute and other things. Money doesn't come down. You cannot do anything unless you start buying a car every month. The money doesn't come down. It will always be more than the inflation in the country. It will be more than the living value of the country, the living expenses in the country. You only have to be disciplined. That's all. And that discipline can come from today. I'm really this today is a very important day in my life that I'm able to talk to how many people are there? About 55 only remaining. That's gone to you. We've had more people in my webinars, but at least to you. Because this is the age, this is the time when I can make all the difference and you make all the difference to yourself. See, you're not going to do anything for me. I'm not asking you anything. It's just that you should understand what I have told you so far and what this is going to lead to. I have told you about the methods, of course, the details in how, but the methods, how it will be done, the way it will move, and then you will keep building. After 3, 4 years, you will be giving me suggestions that a lot of people have given me. Like when I used to talk to them about STP from debt fund to equity fund, they said, why can't we do equity arbitrage funds? This is a very pertinent suggestion. And I accepted that. We together we can make things happen in a better way. So this is very important. Please take this with you. Okay.
Thank you, sir. That ends with the Q&A session. I would request the co-host to take us to the conclusion of this session. Over to you, Kush, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. As we conclude this enriching session, let us carry forward with the wisdom shared today. Taking this session to the conclusion, I would request Cadet Aman Raj to kindly present the humble vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, as we bring this empowering session to close, I, Cadet Aman Raj, roll number 9580, DMET class of 2226, take a great pride in delivering the vote of thanks for 42nd DMET Samvaad session. First and foremost, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed keynote speaker, Sri Rajeeve Kaushik, sir, for generously sharing his knowledge, experience, and wisdom on financial planning. Your effort to uplift and educate the seafaring community and are deeply inspiring, sir. We also thank our respected campus director, Rear Admiral Amit Ghoshar and Sri Swara Arun Kishore, sir, for their constant support and mentorship that enable us to host such enriching sessions. Our sincere appreciation to Sri Harsh Shena, sir, Sri Sachin Kumar Mehto, sir, DMET class of 2020, and Sri Sachin Saurabh, sir, DMET class of 2021, the visionary behind Samvaad's continued growth. A special thanks to core committee of Samvaad who have worked diligently behind the scene. I also extend gratitude to my fellow juniors who made this session possible. And finally, to all cadets who enthusiastically participated today. Thank you for making this session a success. Sir, your words have laid a path for us, of one that help us not only to sail confidently, but also plan wisely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajeev, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All I wish to tell people is please don't take this as a very theoretical advice. You have to make it work for yourself. And I'm always open to any way that I can be useful in your path. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Kush, kindly share my number with Rajeev, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
I'll take it for him. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thanks once again,
yes,
and we
sir.
look forward to your visit in November here, sir, at the campus.
Yes, sir. I would be there. I would be there. Thank you, sir.
Good day, sir.
Good night.
Yes, sir.
Thank
We
you,
now
sir.
invite our esteemed dignitaries to accept the breakout room invitation for a group photograph. The admin console. Let's just take a screenshot of this.
Yeah, I
It
think
will
what
be
we-
better than that. Yes, sir. It's now done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the pleasure. Bye-bye. Have a nice day, everybody.
Bye, sir.
It's a good day, sir.
Bye.
The participants may leave the meeting now.